Hi friends, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. This is Managing Mona's Moolah, or welcome if you're new. I am happy that you are here. I am Mona. This channel is all about paycheck to paycheck budgeting, monthly budgeting, cash stuffing my savings challenges and my day-to-day cash envelopes, and paying off my mortgage early so I can retire early. So I welcome you to join if any of those topics interest you. Happy Friday, my friends, the very last day of May 2024. I can't believe how time just passes by so fast. I just can't believe it. Here we are going into June already. Wow. I have a monthly budget for all of us today. I have to get this going. I've been slacking on my monthly budgets. They're not the easiest for me to figure out. I think it's because there's a lot of estimating going on. This is a monthly budget sheet from the Budget Mom. It is a free resource. I just decorated it a little bit. I hope that's not distracting for you, but I'm going to fill this out with all of you today. This is my June monthly budget, and in order for me to fill this out correctly and as best as I can, I like to go back to my calendar, my monthly spread for June. This is my paycheck budget workbook from the Budget Mom. It's the Budget by Paycheck workbook, and I've been using a similar version of this for a few years now. So I'm going to turn to June, and this is where I'm going to get an idea of all of the bills and expenditures that I need to plan for with my paychecks that I receive in June. All right, but before we do, I want to inquire, how are you all doing? How did the month of May treat you? Did you save a lot of money? How did it go? I hope May was treating you good. Let's get into this monthly budget. I don't want this video to be too long. I am going to turn to June. The first thing I look at are my paydays. And again, just a shout out to Mrs. K Designs from Etsy. Beautiful stickers. They're not expensive. I only get the monthly spread and it's very reasonably priced, but I just love her designs. So I see that I have 2 paychecks in June. And I have the standard bills, mortgage, gas, electricity. I have my final medical payment that I need to make, the cell phone, the internet. And of course, now I need to consider the new debt that I have incurred. So I'm going to plan all that out with this June budget. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and this will be my guide. I see I get paid on June 7 and June 21st. No magic month this time around. All right. I am not the best at monthly budgets, but I am willing to give it another try. All right, so I do get 2 paychecks in June, as I just mentioned, and those paychecks are the same. They never change unless I get a raise, which is hardly ever, or a cost of living allowance. So they come in the same every 2 weeks, $25.8603. This bonus income, if I happen to sell something on Facebook Marketplace, or if I receive contributions for the household bills, that is what this bonus income is. I'm going to estimate that at $400. And my carryover, since today is the very last day of May, I know for certain exactly what that carryover is. I took a look at my bank account online, and my carryover rolling over into June 2024 is 307.72. All right. So this is my budgeted column. At the end of the month, I will come back in and fill in the actual column here and the spent column with my actual numbers. In most cases, it's the same what I budgeted for. So I'm going to start out by adding my estimated income for the month. $2586.03. That is only the amount that is deposited into my checking account. All those other savings accounts and everything else is separate and apart from what goes into my checking account to pay my bills and to live off of. So let's add the 400. And my carryover into June, 307.72. So my total estimated inflow is $5,879.78. Now this is just an estimate. I might not even get that much, but I'm planning on it. So that's what I have to work with, $5,879.78. I am going to move to my fixed expenses. Now my mortgage payment is debt, so at first I did not know where to place that monthly mortgage payment. But since it is fixed every single month, I am going to list that right here. And that will be due July 1st, 18, 28, 58. Next, I have my natural gas bill. I am estimating this to be about $25. In the spring, summer, it starts to go way down. I only use it for the hot water heaters, the gas range, the gas dryer. I'm not running the heater, so it goes way down in the spring and summer. The next bill is my electricity, which will be going up because I'm running the cooler now. Just can't win. One goes down and the other one comes up. So the electricity, it will be going up, and I'm going to estimate $100 for that. It's still pretty early in the spring, summer, but in another month or two, it's going to be double probably. I have my final medical bill that I need to take care of. I have been making this in payments until I paid it off, and that bill is $37.63, which will need to be paid this month sometime. Next is my home security. That is $66.48. And if you hear my cat in the background, he wants to come over and say hello, so I apologize if you hear the noise. Next, I have my water, sewer, trash. Hold on just a minute. Let me let the kitty in. He's not gonna rest until I let him in. Hold on. All right. So if you hear him and he's distracting, I'm sorry. He just wants to be social, I guess. So as I was saying, okay, the water bill, it includes the recycling, the sewer, the trash. That is a monthly charge of, oh, in the spring, summer, it's going to go up, gradually starts going up. I'm going to estimate it to be about $90 this time. And then the internet, very important for me since I work from my home. My share is $50. And my cell phone bill, my share is also $50. So that's all the fixed expenses that I anticipate this month. Taking care of my four walls. Okay, so let me add these items together. $1828.58 plus 25 plus 100 plus $37.63 for my medical bill, $66.48 for home security, $90 for water, $50 for internet, and $50 for cell phone. So that total is $2247.69. All right. So I'm going to move to my variable expenses. So the first is my groceries and fast food. And I budget $150 a paycheck. So for the month, it's going to be $300. Next is my allowance. I reward myself every 2 weeks for the hard work that I put in with my employer. $100 every paycheck, so $200 for the month. Next is my car juice, or my gas for my car. I'm going to budget $60 here. Health and beauty. This is for over-the-counter medicines or co-pays, nail appointments, or manicure or pedicure appointments, hair appointments, my massages. I love to get a massage once in a while. I'm going to budget $100 for the month of June. Next are my fur kids. These are my pets. I really need to start bumping this up because their supplies are so expensive that I'm using the money in the envelope instead of having a small reserve of the funds. I see that I'm using it for their food and supplies. So I'm going to have to consider bumping that up at some point. I'm going to budget $80 for the month of June. And then think about increasing that for July. We have Father's Day and I have my cousin's birthday now in June, so I'm going to do birthdays and gifts. and I am going to budget $60 here. Thank goodness I've been saving, and I do have a little bit in the cash envelope still, so I'll be using that now in June. Car maintenance and insurance. I am going to budget $80 here. Okay. I'm going to budget for miscellaneous. I'm going to budget $40 here, and giving $40 here. Those are all the variable expenses that I usually budget for. And add these together. $300 for groceries, $200 for my allowance, $60 for car juice. Health and beauty gets $100. My pets get $80. Birthdays and gifts get $60. Car maintenance and car insurance get $80. Miscellaneous gets $40, and giving gets $40. So I am going to budget $960 here. Okay. All right. So here I'm going to move over to my debt. I have my extra to mortgage principal. And I am going to budget $789. I'm going to budget for my credit card, $100. And I have the Xoxo. I'm going to put it into my savings account until I have to pay it at the end of June when they complete the project. So it's going to get put into my savings just for the meantime until the contractor comes, finishes the job, and then upon completion I'll move it from my savings, whatever I've saved so far, and then take the loan out and begin paying the loan on a monthly basis. So for now, I am going to estimate $1,200. Now, the balance on this debt as of now is $8,575.02. So whatever I can pay towards that will mean that my loan will not be so high. So I'm going to try to reserve $1,200 for my paychecks to apply to that debt. And I think it's going to even increase slightly because I forgot to ask the contractor to include the painting along the trim of the roof. So I'm going to need to increase this probably a little bit, but the final numbers will not be available until July, I suspect. The end of June, early July. So that's for my debt. I'm going to add those together. So that is $2,089. So I'm going to put my budgeted on this side. This is for later on in the month when I do the reconciliation. I come back at the end of the month and close out the budget. So for now, my total income is estimated at $5,879.78. I'm going to see how much I have left over to put into my savings. So 5879.78 minus 2,247.69 for my fixed expenses, 960 for my variable expenses, and $2,089 going towards debt. So that leaves $583.09 to apply towards savings. This includes my checking account buffer, which I always leave a cushion in my checking account, so I can safely leave $83.09 and transfer to savings $500. See how I did that in reverse? Okay, so my total expenses are these items in the yellow boxes, and I should match my expenses with my total estimated income. So I should have a 0 in this box. So let me add these totals and place that dollar value right here. So 2247.69 for my fixed expenses, plus 960 for my variable, plus 2,089 for my debt, and 583.09 to savings. So the total expenses equals $5,879.78. So my total income minus my total expenses equals 0. So at the end of the month, I should have a 0, meaning that every dollar that I brought into my house through my paychecks or through the sale of items on Facebook or contributions to household bills, every dollar has a job. I know where every dollar should be going. Everything balances out. So I'm happy and comfortable with this budget. I think it's going to work. I'm going to stick to it as best I can. I'm going to come back at the end of June and I'm going to reconcile all these numbers to see exactly what I really did spend on each one of these categories. And I should still come up with 0 at the end. So I have a 0-based budget here. I have my fixed expenses taken care of, money to buy food, money to be transferred to savings, and money to pay my debts. All right, everyone, looks like this is how June is going to shape up. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. Let me know how your June budget is going. Have you done one already? Do you normally do monthly budgets like this? I'm comfortable with this. I think it's going to work. All right, I'm happy now. Now that we start June, I'm all set, right? All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Stand by very soon. I will be posting a mortgage update after the lender posts the June 1st payment. So stand by for that. Yay! I'm so excited about it. All right, take care. Be kind to yourselves. I wish you all a wonderful day or night wherever you're at. Take care. See you next time.